property realtor, TV man when it comes to fixing your home. He's a man who's a real estate agent. You see him all over social media. Ttmbha is a household name, and now he's got a new passion, right? TT, golf is your passion. We've had this conversation on the golf course. Yes. I've seen you around.
We have.
But you're now doing it for Soweto. You're doing something special. You're involved in a charity event that you're putting together. Tell me about it.
So the Soweto Youth Golf Day is taking place on the 16th of June. And the idea on that is to commemorate 45 years of the Soweto Rising. And the reason I'm doing that is that, around June 16, a lot of people do different things. They clean schools, they paint here and there. And I thought, let me use sport as a unifier. Golf is a sport of networking, and I'm giving these youth an opportunity to play with people like yourselves that will never have access to on every day.
I'm looking forward to it because I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there at Soweto Country Club.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite places to play golf.
It is.
So expect me on the podium.
Yeah.
Now, I'm expecting to be there. I'm going to put that kind of round of golf together.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it because I've seen your golf.
No.
I've seen your golf.
It's I'm ready. I've been practicing. I'm training.
Looking forward to it.
What happens now? You've got like all these golfers. Who's coming? Who will the youth be able to interact with on June 16th?
So we've got yourself, of course, playing. We've got Andy Ttmbha, Thibaut Touch, Oji Mulefe, Stiga, Stanton Fredericks.
Oh wow!
And different business people, of course. And the idea is to pair these business people and celebrities with these youth. They've got 4 to 5 hours to interact with them and ask them about anything whilst they're playing. We're not allowing cards on the day. The reason for that is we want to create employment back into the township. So 72 caddies are going to carry for these players. They'll be dressed in beautiful bibs. They'll look decent. Every player will also get a dry mac like the one I'm wearing right now, and a beanie because it's going to be cold.
And then it's all for charity.
It's all for charity. So the whole idea is that the proceeds are going to go to the Soweto Clipdown Youth Center, which is a center that I've been affiliated with for the past 7 years. I do a lot of work for them. I believe in the youth, and I think we're going to do a lot going forward. We've already raised 100 blankets that are going to be donated, and we're going to buy non-perishable foods towards the center. It's an incredible cause.
Are you allowed to win the golf day? Because I mean, I've looked at your handicap. Your handicap is coming down. You're a good golfer now.
Not as good as yours, but it's getting there.
No, let's not talk about that. But I also want to just quickly touch on something else here. Because why Soweto? You could do it anywhere, TT.
Absolutely.
You're a South African brand.
Absolutely. First of all, I was born and raised in Soweto. This is about commemorating the Soweto uprising, and want to do it at Soweto Country Club. It's all about Soweto. We're creating employment in Soweto for these caddies. I'm even employing 10 student photographers from Soweto to come and showcase their talents. This is the opportunity to come and take great pictures, and we'll put them up for the world to see. And for me, that's what it's about. I could have done it anywhere else, like you said, rightfully so. But for me, it's about bringing the township economy back into the township.
I love it. Can't wait. Wednesday in a week's time is June 16th. We're going to be there. And we're looking forward to the Soweto Annual Youth Golf Day. Yeah. This is going to be part of our calendar.
100%. Every year we're going to have that. And then we're going to have small quarterly events leading up to the...
I get asked all the time why I never bring Shambonazo to the golf course. Like everywhere I go, they ask me, why are you not there?
Well, for Udara golf, I know you can golf. Like, the thing is, whenever I do golf, it's not a sport if you don't warm up. As I know when I'm going so... But she and I look together. You know, they're in a very long time.
We actually do warm up, eh?
Yeah, in the car.
Soweto-born real estate agent and businessman Ttmbha organized a golfing tournament at the Soweto Country Club, but it was cancelled due to attacks on foreign nationals and protests in parts of Soweto. Not deterred, Mbha is now organizing the Ttmbha Golf Caddy Day. That will be held at the club on Monday. And if you don't know the golfing lingo, a caddy is the person who carries the player's bag and clubs. They often also give valuable advice and support. To discuss, we're joined by social entrepreneur Ttmbha. Thank you for being with us, Mr. Mbha. So tell us about the Caddy Day on Monday. And this is meant to be about the youth and creating jobs and employment. So how will it help?
Good evening to you and the viewers. So after what happened on the 16th of June, we made a decision to continue and create a Caddy Golf Day, which is something pretty new, because we had promised that they were going to get paid to work and caddy for the business leaders and celebrities that were invited on June 16th. And we wanted to make sure that we stick to that promise. So they will come and play on Monday and get paid what they were going to get paid on the 16th. And we are looking for those caddies in and around Soweto that are between the ages of 18 and 35 to come through and register at the Soweto Country Club for this opportunity to come and play on the day, but also get paid as our way of keeping our promise.
Okay, so they'll get paid, but they won't be doing the work this time. They'll be playing some golf.
They will be the players this time. They are the stars of the day. And for us, it's a beautiful narrative of turning something that was negative into a positive for these caddies, because this is their livelihood. This is what they do for a living. So giving them an opportunity to be pampered on the day, become the stars on the day, and actually create a memory, that can be an event that will be annual.
Will it go ahead this time? Are you convinced, given that the last day, the golfing day, was cancelled?
Yes, it will. I just had a meeting with the community leadership as well of Ttmbha Zone 5. We had a meeting with the golf club. We also had a meeting with the Caddy. So all the issues that were tabled were addressed, and everyone is looking forward to Monday, because it will create employment to all these 72 Caddies that will be playing on the day.
Just explain what happened on Youth Day. So there were protests that caused the golf day to be cancelled. Were those aimed at the tournament, or just because there were protests in the vicinity, it all had to be cancelled?
Yeah, so the protest had nothing to do with the tournament. It was residents who are complaining about the power outages in their particular area, which is Ttmbha Zone 5. Their frustrations are quite understandable. Most of these families haven't had electricity for months and weeks. And as a result, they were frustrated with the process and decided to loot. So we had a meeting with them earlier this afternoon with the leadership, and we got to the bottom of the situation. So it wasn't really a sabotage against the golf day itself, but more so against the outages that have been happening too frequently for acceptance.
So, but because the main golfing event was cancelled, are you out of pocket? That again was about Youth Day and about empowering the youth and about creating jobs. So what will not happen that maybe could have happened?
Well, unfortunately, there was an opportunity for a lot of township entrepreneurs to come and exhibit their businesses on the day. And hopefully those business people and celebrities are going to support them financially and buy some of their products. And that won't happen because the golf day didn't happen. And that's a sad part for me, is the fact that these entrepreneurs had a beautiful opportunity to be exposed to such business leaders and entrepreneurs and celebrities on the day. But we're trying to save the day as best as we can by creating this Caddy Golf Day for the caddies to at least get something that they can take back home and feed their families.
On Wednesday, we were looking at the history. So it's 45 years since 1976, since the Soweto uprising, since young people rose up against the apartheid education system and then had to confront apartheid police. But now there's also another history here, the history of the country club. So I understand this is the only sort of green golf, full golf club in a township in South Africa. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. It's the only 18-hole course in a township in South Africa.
And tell us about the history and the support it receives amongst Sowetans right now. So if you're an avid golfer in the township, do you go and play at the country club, or do you aspire to go to the prestigious clubs outside? How does it work?
Well, golfers have got a choice in terms of which country club they can play at. But people like myself who are from the township are trying to promote a lot of golfers to come and play at the Soweto Country Club, because it's got all the facilities that any other golf club can offer. The greens are well manicured, they are well maintained. It's a great cause, and for us, it's about bringing the economy back into the township. It's our fiduciary responsibility as Sowetans, as people from different townships and gassies, to support this country club, because it is, like I said earlier, the only 18-hole course in any township around South Africa.
Yeah. So it's not just about going to retail shops in townships, playing golf, doing your hobby in a township. That's part of building the township economy.
Absolutely, because by you playing, you are paying green fees that are going to take care of the staff that is employed at the country club. You're also contributing by hiring a caddy who will make something for their family on the day. So it's got a ripple effect on the entire economy of the township, and it's important that we can urge a lot of golfers to support the Soweto Country Club, because it does have all the facilities, and there's nothing wrong with going back to the township It's safe now. We've managed to have those meetings with the community leaders and the country club and the caddies. So I'm trying to also kill that myth that it's not safe to play in Soweto. What happened on the 16th of June will never happen again. The community has promised us that that will never happen again, and we move forward.
All right, final question. So if the caddies are playing golf on Monday, who will be carrying their bags?
Very good question. So most of them will actually carry their own bags. They're used to it because they play golf every Monday amongst each other. The only difference about this particular Monday is that they're actually going to get paid. So they prefer to carry their own bags because that's what they're used to anyway.
All right, thank you very much, social entrepreneur Ttmbha.
This year's Ttmbha Caddy Golf Day in Soweto on the 6th of September. This year, 100 caddy golfers across Gauteng will compete against each other with the hope of being the first winner of the competition. Through this event, he also aims to help the caddies gain financial literacy and improve the township economy. He joins us now to tell us more about the annual golf day. TT, good morning. Welcome to Morning Live.
Morning, Lebza. How are you doing?
I'm great, thank you. Talk to us about what sparked the idea to host a Ttmbha Caddy Golf Day.
So it emanated from last year, actually, when I initially started the Soweto Youth Golf Day, which was aimed to commemorate the June 16 uprising. That was stopped by the looting from the community at the time. And I just thought to myself, the people that are actually going to benefit from this golf day are caddies, and now they're not going to be able to get paid on the day because of the looting. And then I started the Ttmbha Caddy Golf Day because I was like, we need to honor these people. Caddies are the most underrated people in the sport, but yet the most critical part of the sport.
I wanted to ask, that was going to be my next question. I mean, why specifically caddies?
If you look at the sport of golf, every golfer that is a professional has got a caddy carrying their bag and giving them lines, showing them how to actually win, right? So they're the best people to actually guide you. So why not acknowledge them for who they are in the sport?
Generally, are caddies well paid or is in the middle? It depends on who you are. Maybe you're a caddy for Tiger Woods, for instance.
Absolutely. I mean, generally it depends on who you're caddying for, like you just said. But in general, in terms of social golfers, most caddies, they don't actually get paid much, and they have to caddy for the whole day.
Yeah.
And some golfers actually don't pay them what they're supposed to be actually paying. Yeah.
Okay, so talk to us. What's going to happen on in September? So
on the 6th of September, we're hosting the second annual Ttmbha Caddy Golf Day. It's only open to 100 caddies. We're already fully sold out. The idea there is to, open savings bank accounts for these caddies. Want to create a cashless business for them, so that when they finish caddying, they don't get robbed or end up using that money to buy alcohol. So we're also curbing the substance abuse issue that is quite prevalent in the townships. And the winning caddy actually gets to go to play at the Nedbank Golf Challenge Pro-Am. So it's exposure for them. For all we know, this is the next Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
And
how do you then gather these caddies, or how do they enter? How does it work?
So it's open to any caddy in Gauteng. We've been privileged enough to have social golfers actually sponsor these caddies. So none of the caddies are actually going to use their own funds to play. So it's open. We've still got a few spots left. So all you need to do is actually go to the Soweto Country Club and register if you're a caddy in and around Gauteng.
I believe you also have an initiative where you're teaching kids in Soweto about the sport.
Well, absolutely. That's part of the program. We want to expose the sport to as many people as possible. Golf is a sport of networking. The privilege of playing the sport is actually one that needs to be open to as many black kids, especially in the townships, and that's why actually we're doing this in Soweto. It's also part of our township economy development, because we're obviously going to use suppliers that are local in terms of catering, the event setup and all of that.
What is the reception from the people of Soweto? It's one thing to do something for them. Are they receptive of it?
They are. I think they're seeing the value of having such activities and events. It also obviously ignites a spark in terms of the economy. A lot of young entrepreneurs can come and display their products and services in terms of what they're doing. So it's just a day that is filled with, a lot of dignity for these caddies. We're going to have a medical team doing health checks on them. They're going to have massages. And each caddy is going to walk away with a bank account. So for me, it's really, amplifying and respecting and bring dignity to caddies in South Africa.
And for somebody who's watching and say, oh, I think I want to be a caddy, where do they even begin?
Look, the information is out there. All you need to do is go out to any country club, but I'd urge you to go to the Soweto Country Club specifically, because they need the help. We need to kind of support them as well, so that it can be a success story from the township. I mean, the Soweto Country Club is the only golf course in in any township in the world. We don't have any other. So we need to make sure that we pump as much money towards it and grow it as we go.
And how did COVID affect it?
Of course, COVID affected it because obviously a lot of golfers couldn't play at the time, and obviously the staff that worked there. So we need to make sure that we support them and we bring the economy back to life.
I want to talk about this trophy. What's this about?
So the winning caddy is going to obviously, win this trophy. We'll engrave their name as well. And for me, it's about creating a culture of responsible, also respecting the sport.
Yeah.
So just because it's caddies doesn't mean we can't respect them. And this is a signature of the respect we want to give back to these caddies.
Yeah. What are some of the misconceptions linked to golf? One, I see a golf shop and I see it's so expensive. That's the first thing I see.
Absolutely. Golf is an expensive sport, and that's why we're actually creating such events to give access to people that don't have the financial means, and that's why financial literacy is actually one of the things that we're trying to push. We want to push an agenda where caddies can understand and respect money, and that's what it's about for us.
What's the most rewarding bit about being part of this initiative for you?
For me, we are creating the next Tiger Woods, and for me that is most fulfilling. These caddies, are going to get a very rare opportunity to go to Sun City. Some of them have probably even never slept in a hotel before. So for us, it's about creating that experience and making sure that we create memories as we go.
And how far do you think we are in terms of getting golf and making golf accessible to black people?
We're getting there, but obviously the pace is still a little bit slow. And I think we are also, challenging the Department of Sports to actually, start programs at a school level where, we can expose the sport to as many kids as possible.
All right, TT, thank you so much for talking to us. Give us details again. What time do you start?
So it's on the 6th of September. It's a Tuesday. We start off at 7 o'clock because we want to start with the process of opening those bank accounts for the caddies. And then the competition starts at 10 o'clock. And may the best man win. And I'm looking forward to taking this winner to the Nedbank Golf Challenge in Sun City in November.
All right. TT, thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you so much.
Ttmbha is a real estate entrepreneur, and he's the founder, obviously, of the competition that's happening, the Caddies competition, and he's honoring caddies and the role they play at the Caddy Golf Day. All right, quick ad break. Go back after this. Stay with us.